And now for more on this, I'm joined by our international correspondent, Afua Hagan. Afua, good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Unconditional pardon, yes? Can you give us more or some detail that we might have missed regarding this presidential pardon issued by Joe Biden for his son, Hunter Biden?
Yes, like you said, an unconditional pardon, but a broadly crafted pardon that grants clemency for these attacks and gun offences, and like I said, from any existing cases, but also covers a period of 10 years from January 1st, 2014 to December 1st, 2024. So also pardons him for any crimes that were committed during that period. So during that time, he was on the board of the Ukrainian gas company, Burisma, and he did other overseas work, and notably with China, and he'd actually faced quite a lot of scrutiny about his foreign business deals, some of which particularly Republicans said was criminal. So this pardon not only applies to the gun and drugs charges and tax evasion charges that he had been convicted for, that were expected sentencing later on this month, it also pardons him for any wrongdoing during that period also. Now, some people are saying that perhaps that says that there was some wrongdoing when he was on the board of these companies that hasn't come to light, but now he cannot be prosecuted for it. Now, Biden has said that he felt that his son Hunter was unfairly targeted. And in the statement that he put out last night, he said no reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong. There's been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they tried to break me. Enough is enough.
Now, Trump had wasted no time actually in using this as his, you know what he does best. Take the mic away from him, some people will say. But what other reactions have come out after this pardon?
You're absolutely right. Trump wasted no time in questioning this and saying it was a miscarriage of justice. Now, Representative James Comer, a Republican, he said Joe Biden has lied from the start to the finish about his family's corrupt influence peddling activities. Another Republican, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who sat on the Oversight Committee, insisted that the pardon was an admission of guilt on behalf of Hunter. Trump's son, Don Jr., said everyone knew he was going to do it. He was just going to do it when it was of no consequence to the Democrat electability. And in that, he's referring to the fact that Joe Biden said unequivocally and repeatedly that he would not pardon Hunter Biden. And that is exactly what he has done. And actually, that has drawn criticism not just from Republicans, but from Democrats as well, who are saying, some of them, they're pretty split about 50-50, but some of them saying that Joe Biden in this instance has put his family above the country and above the party, and it doesn't look good for them.
What a way to go. Very unusual. Or isn't it? I mean, is it for an outgoing president to issue a pardon? How unusual is it for an outgoing president to issue a pardon in this way?
Well, it's not unusual at all. Outgoing presidents tend to do this. You know, they tend to issue pardons at the end of their presidency. As we saw there in my piece, Bill Clinton issued a pardon for his half-brother Roger on drugs charges, and Trump himself at the end of his last presidency pardoned his son-in-law's father, Charles Kushner, who had been convicted of witness tampering, tax evasion, and illegal campaign contributions. Now, that man, Charles Kushner, is now going to be the U.S. ambassador to France. But, you know, the family pardons weren't necessarily the most controversial of either of those presidencies. Trump pardoned a long list of his political allies, including Paul Manafort, his former campaign manager, and his former aide, Steve Bannon. They were facing trials for defrauding investors. Bill Clinton pardoned a fugitive financier, Mark Rich, and that was thought to be more shocking than him pardoning his half-brother. So pardonings at the end of presidential tenures are not unusual at all in any way, and it's not unusual for people to pardon family members either. I think in this case where people are drawing real umbrage is because Joe Biden repeatedly said he was not going to pardon his son, his only surviving son, Hunter Biden, and has done exactly that.
Well, Afua, when you put it that way, his only surviving son, I guess I understand. Thank you very much, Afia, for bringing us the details on this one. Thank you.